podcast. I am your host, Austin Yerke, and it is Prediction Friday, which means I'm going to pick all of the games in college basketball, the NHL, and what's the other one? The NBA. Plus, I'll give you my pick for who will win the Daytona 500, and I'll give you my take on J.J. Watt being released from Houston. And there's a quirky little story in baseball. It's a little in the weeds, but I'll still read it to you anyway. But the minor league system's getting a new realignment, and I'll read you that in the Before I Go segment. But first, for all those watching on IGTV and Rumble, yes, this is the third time I've worn this shirt. So that's the beauty of quarantine. I haven't really had to bother to do anything. But so if you're watching these videos from, what was it, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, either on IGTV or Rumble, no, the days have changed, but I rarely haven't. Outside of this beautiful face and its sexy look, then maybe. But that's neither here or there. I just wanted to point that out, just in case you watch these videos and go, have you even bothered to? Am I watching the same video? No, these are different videos. It's just me that hasn't bothered to change my clothes. So it's not you, it's me. Anyway, back to sports, Austin. Enough about fashion and screwing with people's minds. Let's get to the games list. First, let's start with the NHL. Oh, and by the way, I totally did forget about the Ducks and Golden Knights last night. Well, actually, no, I thought Vegas would win, but John Gibson shut him out again. That is his 22nd career shutout, which I only found out on Instagram last night, but that is fourth in Ducks history, behind Jean-Sebastien Giguère, Guy Hebert, Jonas, and I think he finished ahead of Jonas Hiller, or he's third. So he just passed Jonas Hiller for career shutouts in franchise history. Other than that, that's the only thing I missed in the Ducks world. I'm 0 for 2 on the duels, but those dual picks do not count. Again, that sets up the starting lineup for the Daytona 500. The record for picks in NASCAR this season will start today with the picks for the Daytona 500 first. But we're going to get right back into the games list. I know I keep going off track because got a little bit of a time. But let's go into the NBA for the next 3 days. Yeah, let's start in the NBA. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 games on tonight. I'm going to pick all 9 here, so forgive me real fast. Hornets over Timberwolves. Knicks over Wizards. Spurs over Hawks. Pelicans over the Mavs. Personally, I think the Mavs are up and down, and anytime Mark Cuban will lose, you could say, suck it. Thank you. But anyway, Pelicans over the Mavs. Clippers over the Bulls. Celtics over the Pistons. Bucks over the Actually, not the Bucks. The Jazz over the Bucks. And the Lakers over the Grizzlies. And please, Laker fans, don't tell me you're still great when you've had to go to overtime over the last 3 games. You're basically doing what the Chiefs did all season long in the NFL. But enough about the NFL talk. That's for later on with J.J. Watt. Anyway, so let me repeat that one more time. My winners tonight are Hornets, Knicks, Spurs, Pelicans, Clippers, Celtics, Nuggets, Jazz, and Lakers. That's tonight's schedule in the NBA. Those are my winners for tonight. Winners for tomorrow include... Oops. Dang it. Let me get out of that. Sorry, jumped the gun. So here we go. For Saturday's games. Again, right here. Right here if you need it. Sixers over Suns. Pacers over Hawks. Knicks over Rockets. Nets over Warriors. And the Jazz over the Heat. No pun intended. So again for Saturday's picks. Suns. Pacers. Knicks. Nets. And Jazz. Sunday's games. Celtics over Wizards. Raptors over Timberwolves. Spurs over Hornets. Pelicans over Pistons. Trailblazers over Mavericks. Bucks over Thunder. Suns over the Magic. Lakers over the Nuggets. And the Grizzlies over the Kings. Again, one more time. Taking the Celtics, Raptors, Spurs, Pelicans, Trailblazers, Bucks, Suns, Lakers, and Kings. Those are the picks for there. So now we're going to jump to the beautiful thing known as college basketball. Or do I do the NHL? You know what? I'll do the NHL since I almost forgot that last time. So let's go right here. Let's go to Friday's schedule. Bruins over Rangers. Yeah, this is Friday's schedule. Bruins over Rangers and Coyotes. Or no, the Blues over the Coyotes. So again, Bruins over Rangers and Coyotes over the Blues. That's today's schedule. Saturday, of the games that are going to get played, because there are a couple postponements that I see right now. So, of the Saturday games that will get played, the Jets over the Senators, Vegas over San Jose, the Bruins over the Islanders. Dang it. Hold on, guys. I jumped the gun again. Hold on. All right, back to this again. Sorry. We got Jets over Senators. Vegas over the Sharks. Again, this is Saturday's games. Bruins over the Islanders. Lightning over the Panthers. Maple Leafs over the Canadiens. Blue Jackets over the Blackhawks. And the Predators over the Red Wings. So I'm going to repeat that one more time. Of the games that aren't postponed, the only games that are postponed for Saturday are the Capitals and Sabres and the Devils and Flyers. So I'm going to repeat the winners again. Jets, Golden Knights, Bruins, Lightning, Maple Leafs, Blue Jackets, and the Predators. So now let's go to Sunday, and then I will jump into college basketball. And then I'll give you my take on J.J. Watt, and we'll be out of here. Okay, there are only 2 games that might get played on Sunday. 1 game is postponed. So of the 2 games that will get played on Sunday's schedule in the NHL, I'm taking the Capitals over the Penguins and the Golden Knights over the Colorado Avalanche. And the postponed game is the Flyers and Rangers. So let's see. Again, to repeat, I'm taking the Capitals over the Penguins and the Vegas Golden Knights against the Colorado Avalanche. Hey. All right. Sorry, I'm hearing in the background. All right. So, let's go to college basketball inside the top 25. Only 1 game on tonight. We got Illinois and Nebraska. I would take Illinois to win that game tonight. Saturday. Let's see what games are interesting there. Ohio State over Indiana, Florida State over Wake Forest, and Loyola Chicago over Drake. Oklahoma State, again, this is, god dang it, I did it again. I clicked an ad again, my bad. Here we go. I clicked an ad again. All right, here we go. I say Florida State over Wake Forest, Loyola of Chicago over Drake, Oklahoma State over Kansas State, Oklahoma, no, I'm taking West Virginia over Oklahoma, Texas over TCU, Tennessee over LSU, and that's about it, I think. No, we got the West Coast ones too. Okay, so we got a few more. Iowa over Michigan State, Alabama over Georgia, Missouri over Arkansas, Villanova over Creighton, Rutgers over Northwestern, Gonzaga over San Francisco, Virginia over North Carolina, and USC over Washington State. So that's a lot banged in there, but you can always go on the ESPN app like I have right here. I know my screen's too bright for this camera, but, for my computer camera, but You can always go on the ESPN app, listen to this show if you have to, and you'll get to see the winners from there. So Sunday, and then I will give you the Daytona 500 picks and the story, because my phone's about to die real quick. So let's see. Michigan over Wisconsin. Again, I'm on to Sunday now. Michigan over Wisconsin. Loyola of Chicago over Drake. Wait, they're playing again? Okay, I guess so. They're playing again. So okay. So I'm taking Loyola both times. Apparently they're playing again. They're playing back-to-back against each other, I guess. So the only one that really means something here is Michigan over Wisconsin. So there are 2 games that are scheduled to happen on Sunday, and one's postponed. One is, I think, a second of a back-to-back, but who knows. Now, here we are with the Before I Go segments, and then, actually, no. The J.J. Watt story is the Before I Go stuff, and Major League Baseball rearranging its minor league system. Those are the Before I Go topics for today. But as far as the predictions are concerned, for the Daytona 500, yes, NASCAR fans, the lineup is set. Took a while, considering it was a small little rainstorm that came over Daytona Beach. Took a while to get the outside roll of the Daytona 500 ready, but it is now. I'm not going with Kevin Harvick. Again, for all those that will keep track for the show going forward, the pick list starts with the Daytona 500 and start with the duels. The duels were just for fun. And so would have the Clash had I watched it. But as far as the Daytona 500 is concerned, my very first pick of the 2021 NASCAR season is not going to be Kevin Harvick. It will not be Denny Hamlin. It'll not be Chase Elliott. But it'll be one of the Penske drivers. One of the 3. Not Ryan Blaney, but I do see that he can compete. After what I saw of the duels, the Toyota team, it's going to come down to either a Toyota or a Ford to end up winning the 500. My choices are either Joey Logano or Brad Keselowski. And I am taking Brad Keselowski to win his first Daytona 500. Simply because I just believe with the crapshoot that Daytona is, you're just going to have guys that are just really experienced at knowing how to race at Daytona. And I don't think there are a lot of other better people that race at Daytona other than Denny Hamlin, Brad Keselowski, and Joey Logano. You know, great restrictor plate drivers. If there's an underdog in this, don't fall asleep on Bubba Wallace or don't fall asleep on Bubba Wallace, and don't fall asleep on Kevin Harvick, even though he never exactly is going to be a sleeper for the entire season. But for this show, objectively and all, I'm taking Brad Keselowski to win the Daytona 500. No doubt about it. Now in the Before I Go segment, I'll need a couple stories and then we'll be out of here. Hopefully my phone doesn't die on me too quickly. Let's see. JJ Watt says goodbye. Look, hold on. Let's see. Okay. The Houston Texans on Friday released star defensive end JJ Watt, granting his request. I have sat down with the McNair family and I've asked them for my release, and we have mutually agreed to part ways at this time. Okay, you wanted to leave JJ. The fact that they were willing to be like, yeah, go ahead. We want to reboot. Look, at this point, okay, with Deshaun Watson, I was on Houston's side here, but I think they're just getting ready to reboot. I think they are now. If you're letting J.J. Watt go, then fine. I guess you want to reboot. Then trade Deshaun Watson. Why not? You know, just trade him away. But as far as J.J. Watt is concerned, you're still one heck of a player. You just need to stay healthy. And honestly, I would be shocked if he ended up either in Tampa or Pittsburgh. You know where he should go now that he's officially released? He needs to go... No, not to Tampa. No. I told you I'd be shocked if he went there. But if he went to the Chargers, or if he went to the Rams, or he went to Dallas, then maybe. The reason I say those three teams is because they could just dominate with him there. If he went to Dallas, he would certainly improve his pass rush in Dallas. If he went to the Rams or the Chargers, it'd be deadly. It would. Their pass rush would be even more deadly than it was. But anyway, J.J. Watt did get released from the Texans. Granted, he asked for it, and they mutually said, yeah, we'll do it. And honestly, that's a smart idea. For the Texans, they're just looking to repair it with Deshaun Watson, and I think they respect J.J. enough to where they're like, you know what, we'll do what you do. So congratulations, J.J. Watt, on your next shot with another team. And wherever you go, you will be supported here on this show. One more story I want to get to before I go. Hopefully my phone doesn't die on this story. You know, it's at 1% at this point. Hopefully it doesn't die on this story too quickly. The MLB is unveiling a 120-team minor league structure. MLB announces changes to minor league structure featuring 120-team regional alignment. Okay? Now, this may seem a little meh in the weeds, and it may not matter to a whole lot of people, but for you baseball junkies, this might be important. MLB released a plan on Friday for 2 AAA divisions, 3 divisions for AA high and low A ball. 40 affiliates were dropped from the 2019, the last season under the old minor league system, and the remaining teams were offered the 10-year license in December, all 120 accepted by Wednesday's deadline. The leagues have not yet been named. Major League owners Commissioner Rob Manfred and his staff have not decided whether to retain the traditional names of the leagues, such as the International and Pacific Coast at AAA, the Eastern, Southern, and Texas leagues at AA, and the California, Florida State, and South Atlantic leagues, which was at Class A. Well, see, like I'm telling you, I'll leave the story in the episode description. But in other words, baseball is realigning their minor league system. They're now going to just split these 120 teams up into 20 different divisions, or 4 different divisions, it sounds like. But it's okay, this is interesting. It doesn't... Right now, they're pushing back the AA and the single A seasons due to the virus, but the AAA seasons, they're going to play at alternate sites to keep the call-ups busy, the major league call-ups fresh. I mean, the story will be in the episode description, but just figured I'd send you off with that one before I left. It's a quirky little story if you're into baseball and you're a junkie, then yeah, it's a cool story to read for Saturday and just to be aware heading into the season. But otherwise, that's about it. This has been Before I Go. Sorry for the pause. Thank you for listening and or watching the Austin's Audit Podcast. I have been your host, Austin Gerke. You can listen to this show on Podbean. Just search for the Austin's Audit Podcast. You can also listen to this show on Spotify, Google, Apple if you know the trick, Deezer, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Pandora, and SoundCloud. And for my Amazon Music listeners, if you have an Alexa-enabled device, just say, "Hey Alexa, play the Austin's Audit Podcast on Amazon Music." You can also follow me on Twitter. My handle is at Austin_Gerke for post-show interaction. And you can follow this show's Facebook page. Just search for the Austin Dotted Podcast on Facebook and you can click like. If you want to follow this show on Instagram so you can watch this show on IGTV or you listen to it on SoundCloud, follow me at Austin Spamanti. That's AUSTISPAMANTI. Again, my Instagram handle is at Austin Spamanti. That's AUSTISPAMANTI. If you want to watch this show on Rumble, search AD Gerke. That is A-D and my last name, which is G-E-H-R-K-E. The only letter in that search that is capitalized is the letter A. And please make sure that you set that search to channels, not videos. Once you search for AD Gerke, you click subscribe and you'll get all the episodes from episodes 157 all the way from episode 1 all the way to episode 157. Whee! So that's all you get from there. I almost got clear with that read, but I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I will see you guys Monday to recap the Daytona 500, and until then, you've been listening to the Austin Dotted Podcast, and I've been your host, Austin Gerke. Peace out.